Kantam Dapta Kantana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavan Ishwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Prananami Hari Ye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we're meeting again for our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15, Text 37 and 38. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can see?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Text 37. Evam tadaiva bhagavan aravinda nabha. Swanam vibhuja sarati kraman arya ridya.
One Buddha Sad Akritaram Arya Hridya.
Jasmin yaya paramahamsa mahamuninam.
Tasmin Yashya Paramansa Mahamuninam.
Anveshaniya charana chalayan sahashri.
Anvesatya Charana Ruchalan Sahashri.
Evam tadaiva bhagavan aravinda nabha.
Evam Tadaiva Bhagavam Aravinda Nabha.
Swanam vibhuja sarati kraman arya ridya.
Swana Vibhuddha Anima Vidya.
Tasmin yaya paramahamsa mahamuninam.
Tasmin Yayu Paramam Mahamuninam.
Anveshaniya charana chalayan sahashri.
Anvesantya Charan Chalayan Sahashri.
Evam tadaiva bhagavan aravinda nabha.
Evam Tadaiva Bhagavam Aravinda Nabha.
Swanam vibhuja sarati kramanarya vidya.
Swanam Vibhudya
Tasmin yaya paramahamsa mahamuninam.
Tasmin Mahamutyam.
Anveshaniya charana chalayan sahashri.
Anvesaniya Charana Chalayan Sahashri.
Chant, please.
Evam Tadaiva Bhagavam Aravinda Nabha.
Evam tadaiva bhagavan aravinda nabha.
Vanam Vibhuddhya Sad Atrikraman Aryam Hridaya.
Swanam vibhuja sarati kramamaya vidya.
Tasmin Yayayu Paramahamsa Mahamuninam.
Tasmin yaya paramahamsa mahamuninam.
Avensaniya Charanau Chalayan Sahashri.
Anveshaniya charana chalayan sahashri. Anyone else?
Evam Tadaiva Bhagavan Ravindranabha
Evam Tadaiva
Evam
Bhagavan
Tadaiva Bhagavan
Vindanabha
Arvindanabha
Swanam Vibhuya Sad Atikramam Arya Vidya
Swanam Vibhuja Sarati Kramamarya Vidya
Arya Hridya
Tasmin Yayau Paramahansa Muninam
Jasmin Yaya
Tasmin
Paramahamsa
Paramahamsa
Mahamunina
Mahamunina
Aven Shaniya Charanau Chalayan Sahashri
Anveshaniya Charana Chalayan Sahasri.
Om Shri
Evam,
Evam,
Evam
thus, Tada
Thus
Eva,
Tat
Tada
Eva,
Eva
Eva
at that very moment,
at
Tat
that
at
very
that
moment
very moment.
Bhagavan,
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 the
Bhagavan,
Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the
the
Supreme
the
Supreme
Supreme
Personality of
Personality,
Personality
Godhead,
of Godhead,
Aravinda Nabaha,
Aravindanatha,
Aravindanabaha,
with a lotus growing from his navel,
with a
with
lotus
a lotus growing
from his
from his navel,
Swanam,
Swanam,
of his own servants,
of
of
his own
his own
servants,
servant,
Vibhudya,
Vibhuti,
learned about,
learned
learned
about,
about,
Sat,
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 to the great sages,
to the
to
great
the
sages,
great sages,
Atikramam,
Atikra,
Atikrama,
the insult,
the
the
insult,
Arya,
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 of the righteous,
of the
of the
righteous,
righteous,
Ridya,
Ridya,
Hridya,
the delight,
the
the
delight,
delight,
Tasmin,
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 there,
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 Yayao,
Yaya,
Yaya,
went,
went,
Paramahamsa,
Paraham,
Paramahamsa,
recluses,
recluses,
Mahamunina,
Mahamuninam,
Mahamunina,
by the great sages,
by the great
by
by
the
the
sages,
great
great
sages,
sages,
Anveshaniya,
Vishnu,
Anveshan,
which are worthy to be sought,
which are worthy to be sought,
Charanam,
to be sought, Sharan,
Sharanam,
the two lotus feet,
the two lotus
the
feet,
two lotus feet,
Chalayam,
Shalan,
walking,
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 Sahasri,
Sahash,
Sahasra,
with the goddess of fortune.
the
with the
goddess of
goddess
fortune.
of fortune.
Translations and purports by ISKCON founder Acharya, DBT founder Acharya His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. At that very moment, the Lord, who was called Padmanabha, because of the lotus grown from his navel, and who is the delight of the righteous, learned about the insult offered by his own servants to the saints. Accompanied by his spouse, the goddess of fortune, he went to the spot on those very feet sought for by recluses and great sages. This Aravinda Naba, with a lotus growing from his navel, is very unusual. Do any of you know someone? Flower is growing from their navel? Very unusual. A lotus. I think you have lotuses there. You have lotus growing, lotus flower, water lilies. Very beautiful. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord declares that his devotees cannot be vanquished at any time. The Lord could understand that the quarrel between the doormen and the sages was taking a different turn, and therefore he instantly came out of his place and went to the spot to stop further aggravation, so that his devotees, the doormen, might not be vanquished for good. So go on to the next verse and come back. Tam twagatam patidarital payikam sabumbis te taksha vishayam swasamadhi bhagyam hansa shriyor yajanayo shivavayo lolach shubrata patra shashikeshara shikarambum. Tam, him, true, but agatam, coming forward. Pratirita, carried. Anupayikam, the paraphernalia. Swapumbi, by his own associates. Te, the great sages, the Kumaras. Atakshata, saw. Aksha Vishayan, now a subject matter for seeing. Swa Samadhi Bhagyam, visible simply by ecstatic trance. Hamsa Shriya, as beautiful as white swans. Vyajanayo, the chamaras, bunches of white hair. Shiva Vayu, favorable winds. Lolat, moving. Shubra Atapatra, the white umbrella. Shashi, the moon. Keshara, pearls. Shikara, drops. Ambum, water. Translation. The sages headed by Shaunaka Rishi saw that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who was formerly visible only within their hearts in ecstatic trance, had now actually become visible to their eyes. As he came forward, accompanied by his own associates, bearing all paraphernalia, such as an umbrella and a chamara fan, the white bunches of hair moved very gently like two swans, and due to their favorable breeze, the pearls garlanding the umbrella also moved, like drops of nectar falling from the white full moon, or ice melting due to a gust of wind. Very poetic. Purport. In this verse, we find the word achaksha taksha vishayam. The Supreme Lord cannot be seen by ordinary eyes, but he now became visible to the eyesight of the Kumaras. Another significant word is samadhi bhagyam. Meditators who are very fortunate can see the Vishnu form of the Lord within their hearts by following the yogic process. But to see him face to face is a different matter. This is only possible for pure devotees. The Kumaras, therefore, upon seeing the Lord coming forward with his associates, who are holding an umbrella and a chamara fan, were struck with wonder that they were seeing the Lord face to face. It is said in the Brahma Samhita that devotees, being elevated in love of God, always see Shama Sundar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, within their hearts. But when they are mature, the same God is visible before them face to face. For ordinary persons, the Lord is not visible. However, when one can understand the significance of the holy name, and one engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord, beginning with the tongue, by chanting and tasting prasad, then gradually the Lord reveals himself. Thus, the devotee constantly sees the Lord within his heart, and in a more mature stage, one can see the same Lord directly as we see everything else. Text 37. In the verse again, at that very moment, the Lord, who was called Padmanabha because of the lotus grown from his navel, and who is the delight of the righteous, learned about the insult offered by his own servants to the saints. Accompanied by his spouse, the goddess of fortune, he went to the spot on those very feet sought for by recluses and great sages. So the four Kumars came as very young, in the form of very young boys, children, and they were stopped by the doormen, and they became upset, which is not good. It's not good when a Brahmin, someone engaged in the service of Krishna, is upset with us. It's not good. That's natural. Just like, not a very good example, but it's an example. Just like a single woman who has a child and some man is interested in her. If he does anything to hurt her child, she'll never talk to him ever, isn't it? And on the other hand, if she feels like her child is happy with the man is kind to her child, that's one of the quickest ways to get her attention. No? Love me, love my dog is the saying. You want to upset anyone, then you hurt something which is very dear to them. And that's natural. And it's the same with Bhagavan, with Krishna. His devotees who love him are dear to him. And if we do something which they're not happy and they feel hurt, that's the wrong person to get upset with you. Huh? It's the quickest way to ruin our spiritual life. If you want a quick way to ruin your spiritual life, then do something to insult, or even worse, physically hurt an advanced devotee of God. Not good. And so, Srila Prabhupada is pointing out that Sri Vishnu, of course he knows this, dynamic, and he sees that his doormen are about to get themselves in serious trouble. So he's coming, so it doesn't get out of hand. And Srila Prabhupada points out that this relates to the verse in Bhagavad Gita where Arjuna says that, declare it boldly, Arjuna, that my devotee cannot be vanquished, which doesn't mean that the devotee doesn't experience some, never experiences troubles. Troubles may come, but Krishna declares if the devotee depends on him, then he won't be entirely vanquished. Just like Prahlad Maharaj was attacked. His father ordered the servants to try and kill him. And finally, the father himself tried to kill him. So that's very scary. That's terrifying. But what happened? Lord Nrsimha appeared at what they call the 11th hour, a few minutes before midnight, just in the nick of time, just in time. He appeared to save his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. So especially when we are in truly, truly critical situations, I mean really serious situations, and we call upon Bhagavan for help, in one way or the other, help will come. So that it's important to remember that being a devotee does not mean that there's never dangers. But Krishna is in the background, like a father, he's watching. And the more we have that mood, the more he will respond like that. Does anyone remember? Has anyone heard the narrative of Draupadi? when she was being, when they were attempting to make her naked in front of everyone. There's a narrative that's related to this principle. Does anyone remember that? About Krishna coming to help. So the narrative was that Draupadi was dragged by her hair by Dushashana, one of the sons of King Dhritarashtra, one of the brothers of Duryodhana. They really lost their mind. Actually, it's described the Battle of Kurukshetra happened because of the insulting of Draupadi. Very serious. To insult or hurt the feelings of a chaste woman, married, was very loyal to her husband and devoted to Krishna. There's practically, that's another quick way to ruin one's life. Krishna does not like that. So she was dragged, and Dushashana was trying to pull her sari off. And so she was holding with one hand and calling out, "Hey Govinda, hey Govinda." And it wasn't going very well. So finally she let go. She stopped trying to protect herself. Just let go. Hey Govinda, hey Govinda. And when she did that, poof, Krishna appeared because she completely depended on him. You see this? She stopped trying to protect herself from being naked. Just, Krishna, I can't help myself. Then Krishna appeared. You see? It depends on our attitude of dependence, how truly we are feeling. Nothing can save me, no one can save me but you. Then, so, depends on our attitude. So here, Bhagavan is coming to protect his devotees from becoming completely vanquished by the curses of these sages. Accompanied by his spouse. God has a wife. Yes, why not? We have wives have husbands. Why not? But not exactly like here. And another interesting, important, Arya Ridya. He's the delight of the righteous, Bhagavan. Those who are good people, very good-hearted, they're interested. They tend to be more interested in Bhagavan than those who are not good people. That's described in Bhagavad Gita. We have, in order to understand, sometimes we ask, well, how come so many people are not attracted to Krishna? How come my mind is not as attracted as I wish it could be? It's because there's still unrighteousness. There's still, the character is not completely good. That's all. It's almost mechanical. People who are sinful, who break the regular principles and don't follow the instructions of Scripture, it's more or less mechanical. Even if they want to be attracted to Krishna, they won't. It will be a great struggle. And we find it sometimes a little bit of a struggle or maybe we're not as spontaneously attracted as we wish, because there's still cleansing of our heart that's needed. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions to this point? So then in text 38, very wonderful poetry. The sages headed by Sanaka Rishi saw that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who was formerly visible only within their hearts in ecstatic trance, had now actually become visible to their eyes. As he came forward, accompanied by his own associates, bearing all paraphernalia, such as an umbrella, a chamara fan, the white bunches of hair moved very gently like two swans, and due to their favorable breeze, the pearls garlanding the umbrella also moved like drops of nectar falling from the white full moon, or ice melting due to a gust of wind. So very cooling, very cool. And Srila Prabhupada points out the word achaksha taksha vishayam. The Supreme Lord cannot be seen by ordinary eyes, but now he became visible to the eyesight of the Kumaras. And this is only possible for pure devotees. Srila Prabhupada explains, it is said in the Brahma Samhita that devotees being elevated in love of God always see Sham Sundar, the Supreme Personality of God within their hearts. But when they are mature, the same God is visible before them face to face. For ordinary persons, the Lord is not visible. However, when one can understand the significance, of his holy name, and one engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord, beginning with the tongue by chanting and tasting prasad, then gradually the Lord reveals himself. So this is our process. This is what we're doing. Especially the more we have that purpose in our own mind, that, oh, may Krishna reveal himself more to me by my service. Beginning with the tongue, chanting Krishna's names, then gradually he will reveal himself more and more. A simple process. Thus, the devotee constantly sees the Lord within his heart, and in a mature stage, one can see the same Lord directly, as we see everything else. So, what is this? When one can understand the significance. So, what is the significance of Krishna's divine names? What have you heard about that? What is so special? Anyone?
They are undifferent from him.
Maybe you could speak a little closer to the microphone or louder.
The Shastras say they are undifferent. They're undifferent from him. There's no difference between him and his names. They are as powerful as him.
Yes, non-different. That we hear how in the spiritual world a thing and the name is the same. Here, if we say sugar, 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 we won't taste the sugar, right? But in the spiritual world, Krishna and Krishna's name are the same. He is present in the sound, and when we remember that and appreciate that and respectfully, attentively serve Krishna by praising him, glorifying him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The devotional service is essentially one of the most essential parts of devotional service is glorifying Krishna, expressing expressing appreciation for him. That is devotional service, beginning with the tongue. And like anyone else is when they're happy with, satisfied with our service, then we get promotion, right? You're promoted, a higher salary. So Krishna, he knows our service and he reciprocates, reveals himself more and more until such a point that actually we see his spiritual form. Why not? Ghosts, jinn, they show themselves sometimes. I have seen, there's so many people who have seen, the more powerful ones, they can show themselves more or not. So certainly God can do that too. If ghosts can do that, God can do that. He can reveal his spiritual form. Any questions or comments about this? So here the Kumaras, they were meditating. Srila Prabhupada describes they were meditating. First, we have the visualization, to use that where we to visualize the form of Krishna in our mind. And here the Kumaras, they were at that stage of bhakti yoga, being able to see within their mind, within their heart, the form of Krishna. But then he became visible outside. So there's other instances of that. There is the story of Dhruva Maharaj, young boy, also young boy. Well, he actually was a young boy. And he felt very angry that he wasn't allowed to sit on the lap of the king, his father, but the other son was. And so he decided that I want to do something so I can have a kingdom greater than my father, greater than my grandfather. I want to have the biggest and best influence. And this is the nature of Kshatriya, a very passionate, strong desire, and easily angered. So he, like any child, becomes a little angry, right? Children become angry. So he became angry, but he went to his mother and said, how can I want to be able to sit on the lap of my father, and I want a kingdom. And she said, for this, you have to worship Bhagavan. So he went and he met Narada Muni. And Narada Muni said, you're just 5 years old. You can't, how can you do this? You should go home. When you get older, you can. But he was very determined. So he meditated. He not just meditated, but he performed devotional service as Narada Muni directed. And he was meditating. He was sitting and he was seeing the form of Lord Vishnu in his heart, and he was meditating. And then this happened. The form of the Lord, which was brilliant like lightning, and in which Dhruva Maharaj, in his mature yogic process, was fully absorbed in meditation. So this is a stage we will come to more and more, especially when we're chanting, that we just without too much effort, automatically, we remember Krishna and we meditate on Krishna. All of a sudden disappeared. Thus Dhruva was perturbed and his meditation broke. But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present, just as he had been seeing the Lord in his heart. So exact same thing. And His Divine Grace explains, because of his mature position in yogic meditation, Dhruva Maharaj was constantly observing the form of the personality of Godhead within his heart. So we want to try for this, that as far as possible, we are always meditating on Krishna, meditating on his transcendental names, meditating on his transcendental form, like this. But all of a sudden, when the Supreme Personality disappeared, he thought that he had lost him. Dhruva Maharaj was perturbed, but upon opening his eyes and breaking his meditation, he saw the same form of the Lord before him. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said, Premanjana Chorita Bhakti Chanena, a saintly person who has developed love of Godhead by devotional service, always sees the Lord's transcendental form of Shama Sundar. So this is meant to be natural, just like a mother, it could be father, just like a mother, her child has gone to school and she's home and she's cleaning, and then she sees something of the child's shoes, a toy, and automatically she thinks of him or her, things they did, just by seeing that. We all do that. With sometimes parents, we see their photo and we just automatically remember things, experiences we had with our parents or with a friend or with our husband or wife who was away, because of our love, because we have rati, we have love, we have attachment to that person. Our mind automatically goes, isn't it? We don't think of other people unless we have some rati, we have some attachment to them. You see? So the same thing with Krishna. As we practice glorifying him, hearing about him, then we develop rati, some affection, some attachment. And so it becomes natural to be reminded of Krishna in so many different ways. You see? It should be natural when we see the blue sky, or especially when there's dark clouds, the rain clouds. If there's rati, oh yes, Shama Sundar, Krishna killed the Putana demon, was chased by Mother Yashoda, and he drove the chariot of Arjuna. We'll automatically remember, you see, because of the rati, the feeling in our heart. So we want to pray to our spiritual masters, to previous spiritual masters, that may I please have a little bit of rati. We should not be shy. Oh, well, that's an advanced stage. Maybe it is an advanced stage, but we can ask for it. We should ask for it. We're not prevented. It's not, there should be no thinking that, well, I don't deserve it. Well, maybe I don't deserve it, but Krishna still wants me to have it. So we should immediately, when we're chanting, we should pray, oh, may I have little rati, little bhava, little feeling for you. And pray to Tulsi Devi and previous spiritual masters. May I please have little rati. Yes, we should not be shy about that. That we can do, we're completely allowed to do. It will please Krishna very much. It will please our spiritual master very much if we ask for that and we desire it. And it will come a lot quicker if we consciously want it, rather than just waiting. Well, someday it's going to happen. Well, maybe someday it will happen, but it will happen a lot quicker if we start thinking, I want this, may I please have it, right? This Shamasundar form of the Lord within the heart of a devotee is not imaginary. When a devotee becomes mature in his prosecution of devotional service, he sees face to face the same Shamsundar he has thought of during the entire course of his devotional service. Since the Lord is absolute, the form within the heart also means mind, of a devotee, the form in the temple, and the original form in Vaikuntha, Vrindavan Dham, are all the same. They are non-different from one another. The form in the mind in the temple and the original form in Vaikuntha are all the same. They are non-different from one another. So, non-different. Very important to see the deity of Krishna. Even we go online, if we cannot go to the temple, we should see online the installed Archa Vigraha deity, meditate on the deity of Krishna. So there's a number. Here is another example. This is from the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a conversation between Narada Muni and Srila Vyasadeva. Of course, Srila Vyasadeva presented this Srimad Bhagavatam, and his guru was Narada Muni. So he was asking Narada Muni, how did you become so much in love of Krishna? And so Narada Muni is explaining a very wonderful story, narrative. A young boy, and apparently his mother was single, alone with him. And he had the opportunity. These devotees came and he went and he did seva with them. He heard them talking about Krishna. And he became attracted to Krishna. And his mother passed early. And he traveled alone. And so he was meditating on Krishna. And so he says here, as soon as I began to meditate upon the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead with my mind transformed in transcendental love, tears rolled down my eyes, and without delay, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, appeared on the lotus of my heart. So again, to the extent that we have some feeling for Krishna, at least respect and appreciation, some affection, when we chant, he will come. He will make himself manifest more, of course. So Srila Prabhupada explains, the word Baba is significant here. This Baba stage is attained after one has transcendental affection for the Lord. The first initial stage is called Shraddha, or a liking for the Supreme Lord. And in order to increase that liking, one has to associate with pure devotees. That's what we're doing. We're associating with Srila Prabhupada. The third stage is to practice the prescribed rules and regulations. This will dissipate all sorts of misgivings and doubts and remove all personal deficiencies that hamper progress. When all misgivings and personal deficiencies are removed, there is a standard faith in transcendental matter. So that's called Nishtha. And the taste for it increases in greater proportion. This stage leads to attraction. That's Rati. And after this, there is Baba, or the prior stage of unalloyed love. All of the above different stages are but different stages of development of transcendental love. So in the beginning, like we're all here because we have some appreciation for Bhagavan. And this process of bhakti will increase it, make it thicker and deeper and stronger. Being so surcharged with transcendental love, there comes a strong feeling of separation, which leads to 8 different kinds of ecstasies. The same example, the mother. The child is at school. She sees the child's shoes or something, shirt, a dress. And because of her love, she feels love. She feels separation. Oh, when are they going to come back? I want to see them like this. Or a wife for a husband for a wife. Their feelings of separation. They're painful. Oh, when will they come back? I want to see them. Why is it taking so long? You see? And actually, the meditation on the wife or the husband or the child or the parents is even stronger sometimes than if they're there, isn't it? Right? The wife may be in the house, but the husband is not thinking of her as strongly as if she were away visiting relatives for a week. Then he really thinks of her, you see? So this separation is a very special mood. Tears from the eyes of a devotee is an automatic reaction, and because Sri Narada Muni in his previous birth attained that stage very quickly after his departure from home, it was quite possible for him to perceive the actual presence of the Lord, which he tangibly experienced by his developed spiritual senses without material tinge. So our process, our practice, it never goes away. We never lose the advancement that we make. And so in our next life, we'll start from that point. Just like we see sometimes devotees, they seem to be very strong in Krishna consciousness and very devoted quickly. Why? Because they're picking up from their previous birth. That's why. So that's very good to know. We never lose. Here, if you try and build a big business, make it successful selling fruits and vegetables. But so then when we leave this world, it's gone. It's gone forever. It's not that in our next life, we're going to start selling fruits and vegetables at that same level of, whatever the success was. But Bhakti Yoga is different. That whatever progress we make in appreciating Krishna, having affection for Krishna, it won't go away. If we make offenses to devotees, it will become frozen. We can lose it temporarily, not permanently, but it will become what's called, just like nowadays, you've heard of these, what are they called? Tasers. Everyone has heard of this taser. Sometimes police use it. It shocks people. It freezes them. It stuns them. They can't move for a while. So same thing, when we make aparad, especially to devotees, to guru, our feeling for Krishna can become frozen. And that's the main reason we see sometimes the advanced devotees, they have trouble, they fall away because they made some offense and their feeling for Krishna became frozen, no more. And if we're not attracted to Krishna, what happens? We get attracted to the material world. So very, very important to be careful about making aparad to the deity, to devotees, to the holy name. To have negative feelings towards any. We must avoid that. Anything but that. Because it can freeze, stun our feeling, our attraction for Krishna. Depending how serious, it could be for a few days or a few months, or it could be for a whole life. Could be 2 lifetimes, depending how serious it is. Yes. Sometimes we see devotees that they're really interested in Krishna, but at the same time, it seems like they have so much trouble. It's just, they're addicted to different things, and there's different obstacles. That's because of previous offenses. They have the attraction, but just so many obstacles because of offenses. And it may take months or years to burn those away. Burn away the effects of the taser. We tase ourselves. Don't do that. We don't want to shock ourselves by aparad, negativity. So are there any questions or comments? We'll stop here. Hello?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, I don't have any question, but you explained it very well. I just wanted to say that separation is really not ordinary as sadness, right? When we are separated from someone, but when it comes to Krishna, the separation is totally different.
Yes.
It is a spiritual love, right?
Yes. And actually that is the preferred, it is desirable to feel separation because the remembrance is so strong in the mood of separation. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes it's described there's a certain Baba, the Srimati Radharani and the gopis sometimes have, that Krishna's even there, but they're already thinking that he may go away or he will be going away, and they're already feeling separation, even though it's all so intense mixture of feelings of love, just like we maybe have our parents visiting, and if we have strong feeling, they're going to be leaving in 2 days, and we're already feeling sad, but they haven't left yet. So that's very good in bhakti, in relationship to Krishna. The more that we have that intensity of feeling for Krishna, the better. So that's why Krishna said the gopis asked Lord Krishna, they said, why do you go away? You know how much we love you. Why do you go away?
Right.
And he said, because just to make you crazy. Just to make your love even stronger for me, your intensity, because that's what you want.
Right.
I'm only fulfilling your desire. You want to love me unlimitedly, and so I'm doing things so your desire will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Very wonderful.
So this is why separation itself becomes a powerful form of union, right?
Yes. Yes. That we feel, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is he? When we feel like that, then that's very good. That's, even though it's in one sense not pleasant, it is pleasant because it's meditation in Krishna, and it's a desirable thing. And in the same way, sometimes, I'm chanting all my rounds, and I've been doing it for months and years, or maybe I was much more busy in Krishna service, and now I can't as much as I want. I'm so busy with my family and my work, and we're not happy about that. That's also good, because it's increasing that frustration. I'm talking about the frustration that why can't I serve Krishna more? Why don't I love him more? How come? It's increasing our desire for him, you see. Now just think. In this life, because of things we wanted in our previous life, we're reminded of them. Or we become attracted. I really want to play musical instruments. I really want to sing. I want to do business. I want to do sports. Right? There's people 6, 7 years old, and they're so focused because in their previous life, they so much wanted that thing, right? So
Right.
what will happen? Suppose we spend let's just say we spend 10, 12 years in this life feeling frustrated. Oh, I really want to serve Krishna. I can't serve Krishna. I really want to serve Krishna. What will happen in our next life?
Will we get the opportunity?
Will be just overcome with desire, you see? So it's a good thing, actually.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
That, oh, this is good. This is going to work out good for me. It doesn't feel good now, but it will work out good for me later.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for such an excellent class today. Brad Kishori Mataji has a question or a comment. Mataji,
Yeah.
kindly unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for a very nice class. You mentioned that Dhruva saw Krishna, but it was Vrishnigarba he saw, not Krishna, because Vrishnigarba has to be an incarnation of Krishna. Same as Narad saw Krishna in his heart, but he had to wait another lifetime to be able to see Krishna in real life. Even Dhruv had to wait for 35,000 years before he could actually go to Krishna. So does that mean we all have to, even though we have a sort of just a glance of Krishna, we still have to wait for another?
Yes, Krishna gives us a taste now and then to give us enthusiasm until we are qualified, completely free of anarthas, so that we're qualified to be with him and see him. But Srila Prabhupada has pointed out that Lord Chaitanya, we are so fortunate, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna as Lord Chaitanya, we don't have to wait 35,000 years. We are so very, very fortunate. Sometimes, the big stores, national stores, they have sales. In America, certain times of the year, there are big sales. So we are all present during this big discount sale of bhakti, of Krishna prema. That in this period of time, Lord Chaitanya is offering that you can have the whole thing quickly, relatively quickly. Just don't indulge again in sinful activities. Chant Hare Krishna. Do that for your life. Bas. This life, next life, you'll go back to Godhead.
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Are there any questions or comments from the group? If there are no questions or comments, can I request Nina Mataji, are you able to end the session for today? Hare Krishna. If not possible, I can end. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for such a wonderful class. I'd request everyone to unmute and we chant one round of the Maha Mantra in glorification of His grace. Dina Sharana. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
His Grace Dina Sharana Das ki.
Jai.
Jai. All grace assembled devotees. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for your association. I look forward to meeting again soon. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much, Prabhuji, for an excellent class today. Hare Krishna.